Here we are at AR Spawn located in Israel. The spawn was built by Piggy when he was king. Israel is on the smaller side compared to the other provinces, but it packs in a lot. Here we are at the remains of a faction that was known as Mineralia. I would say it lasted a week before the leader stopped playing on the server and the Crusaders took the lands. Now let's head into our next province, known as Berlin. This is the entrance to where the Crusaders built up their lands, and this church is one of the first builds in AuthRight Season 3. This is where most of the Crusaders lived. This is where many announcements took place before it was turned into a wedding area. This is an unfinished town with a bakery that was built by Emma. This was later turned into the faction known as the Holy Roman Empire. This memorial was built to honor the original Crusaders. Now we will make our way to Tuscany. In Tuscany there is a lot of mansions, as well as the CNU clock tower, which was built by the CNU before they got banned. This is one of the best mansions in Tuscany. Now let's take a closer look at the CNU clock tower. This is also another mansion build that is a part of Tuscany. And as you can see, the Tuscany border is outlined right here. Now, here is Town, which is in the Nordic province. This is one of Emma's unfinished builds that, as you can see, has been griefed by former CNU members or just CNU fans. And here we have Mordor, which hasn't been touched in a while, as you can see, and might have had some sort of chunk error. And back here we have some farms. And then behind those farms we have a mountain biome, which is mostly untouched and is one of the few places in AR that isn't very built up. Now, as you can see, we've reached the Japan border. Japan is a very quiet place as it is pretty much abandoned, and it's built up mildly, but it has not been touched in a while. It looks to me as there's some unfinished builds here. Maybe there was supposed to be a building here, but the creator abandoned this place. CNU members, former members, rather, or fans, have obviously been around the whole entire map, as you can see. There's banners everywhere. There's a pretty nice build on the entrance of Japan. I like it. And then here we have another build connected to Japan. Just throws away from the idiot. So let's check it out. Very nice build. Really fits the Japanese name. Up here we have some unprivate chests, as well as a very popular map that you do see a lot if you do explore some of these houses. And this must be the Japan flag. Or that. Got some Japan supplies that they must have used for some builds. Food. And some mess. Next we'll check out Mod Town. This place was obviously built by mods, and it's probably one of the first places in AR. As you can see, there's some statues of mods or big people that were, big parts of this season. So here we have Piggy, Cobra, Fainted, Ghost. Let me get a little closer. We have Tie Jam. And then behind here, we have CNU Festival, which was recently built. As you can see, there's a lantern, and this took place on January 3rd, but it was being built on January 1st and 2nd, I would imagine. You can see the CNU color theme, some sort of bouncy house. Then you can see that it's pretty close to the CNU Tower. And it's also in between Mod Town and CNU Tower, or now known as Tuscany. We have this very nice Ferris wheel built, as well as a beacon. Then we've got some CNU parkour. But as you can see, it's a pretty nice place, and a lot of work went into it. So here we are at the HRE Flag Museum, and I'll take a bit to look through all these flags. As you can see, this place has all the flags of AR history, and it's a very nice historical place to visit. Now, this is as well located in Hungary. We've got some big CNU flags as well, and now we will check out Budapest. So here we are in Budapest, which has the famous shoe store. Most of these shoes are sold out, as you can see, but there are still a variety of sneakers that you can buy. We also have a display by the Cringeville of some netherite blocks and diamond blocks. And then we have some sort of Hungarian sandcastle build. Check this out. Very nice build. Here we are at the Vatican, and here's Ruski. So there are still some places that look like they're being built. It's a very nice place. There used to be a beacon here, which stretched all the way to Scotland, but here we are in the Vatican province, which also has my potion shop. So here we are in my potion shop, which, as you can see, has been decorated for the CNU festival. Also got some holes from people trying to escape. If you don't know, you can warp out. And we sell a variety of items, not just potions as we used to. And Potion of Joe Mama is a fan favorite. This is probably one of the best potions, and I recommend you try it out. Here we have Hills and Iron Armor. Then we have the Gallows and a nice presidential building, as well as a weird day and night cycle. Must be someone messing with it. Come and check out this government building here. Very similar to the White House, but I do not have access, so I'm guessing I'm not allowed in there. Here we have the Gallows, which do actually lead all the way down beneath the bedrock. Scotland's a very cool place. We have a church for worshiping, a lot of houses, which you can decorate on your own. We also have a storage room, which I'm going to break in here. It has So, Scotland has a lot of decoration, such as flowers, rocks, lamps, shops, sidewalk, benches. It's a very nice place. Now up here, we have a brewing station. This is where I brew all my potions. I also used to have a sheep farm and a chicken farm, but Scotland was unfortunately griefed. Now another build in Scotland is Cringeville, and we will make our way over there now. First I want to show Crepe, Brewski, and Hills. One of those. There you go. So as you can see, we're making our way to Cringeville, which has some nice steps down from the main city of Scotland. Cringeville was one of the first builds. I remember it when I played a lot back in November. It has a very similar style of houses throughout the whole entire city. We also have a crafting table, which is for public use, as well as some CNU banners. Now over here we have one of the very first cities to be developed when the new border was made. Which basically means that the border was expanded. This church was one of the very first things to be built here, and then a city developed around it, which is typically how things go here in AR. We've got some sort of horse stable. Some houses that look like they haven't been built completely yet. And then a very nice style of sort of modern medieval house. And then maybe a mine down here. Blue. Very true, very true. These might have been some of the people who built the area around here. Here we have Squid Lake, and I like to get my squidding from here because they're infinite and they infinitely respawn. And this might be some sort of development of Cringeville or something. Looks like maybe just a little area. I know this house was built being inspired by these houses recently for a new player. And if we head over this way, we'll just go back to Israel. So we're pretty much done with AR. We definitely didn't go over some cities and builds, but they weren't of a major importance. They are still cool though, but they're kind of exclusive for AR people to see. Here we have a flag. I don't know what it means. I'm pretty sure it's an I for Israel. And we have history's bee farm, which was griefed in the past, and it doesn't look like it has very many bees living in. So for this one. And we've made our way back to Israel, so our tour is pretty much over. Thank you for watching this far, and I hope we enjoy Compass Craft Season 4.